Welcome back to the Anxious Tradeswoman podcast, where I, your host, Louise, as a party, share what I've learnt through the years, through the tears, so you don't have to. This episode 25, we're going to be talking about reporting harassment. Sexual harassment, any type of harassment that you might be coming across. So this is for men, women, non-binary people, whatever situation you're in, you can use this to report something that is happening to you. I would like to thank this episode's supporter, Jnine. I'll talk a little bit more about them later. So reporting harassment is something that we can need to do sometimes. We can be in a situation, whether we work for a large business and we're reporting it to a formal HR, or a smaller business where we might be reporting it to our supervisor or directly to our boss. When we're in a large company, it can be a bit more formal, so I'm going to specify that. When we're in a smaller company, reporting harassment can be a little bit more along the lines of having difficult conversations like we talk about in episode 9. But you can take these things and incorporate them into the difficult conversations if you are doing this in a small business. So in a large business, if you're reporting formally, typically you'll be reporting to a HR person who may not know anyone in the team, and they just have a process to follow. They need to investigate, they need to hold people accountable, they need to give out warnings, they need to sack people. Generally, that's how it goes. And if you are in a position where you're thinking of reporting harassment, the first step that I want you to do is to get some type of support. The main reason why I am recording this podcast about reporting harassment is because I went through this process, and honestly, it's been 8 years or so, and because I didn't have that support there and I had no idea what to do, what was going on, it really, really got to me, and I'm still working through some stuff from that. Through the investigation process, it can be very formalised, and there's lots of questions. Generally, they're trying to work out who to blame for what's going on so they can take some action. That's the outcome. So it can be a bit of an interrogation process where most of your actions are put under the microscope and the actions of people around you. And this can cause two main things. It can cause isolation in the workplace. If other people are being investigated, generally it's, people in the workshop, who have seen or been around when this has happened, they will get asked to verify if it has happened or not and who started it, that kind of thing. So you can become isolated if it is being investigated broadly, and I've experienced that. And the second thing that can happen is you can get a lot of self-doubt. You might be getting questioned about things that you don't remember or specific details that you can't recall because you might have been blocking them out, or actions that you think had no impact on the situation are getting investigated. So if you are going to report some harassment, do recommend having some type of support in your corner and try and get it outside of your workplace. Sometimes they will inform you that you're not allowed to talk about what is being reported with anyone within the workplace. So you can't talk about it with your workmates kind of thing. And then they can pull you up if you do talk about it with your workmates. So getting that support outside, whether it's a friend, a mentor that works for another business, or a counsellor or a coach. If you want to talk to me about it, please, I wouldn't love to help you because I hate that you're in a harassment situation, but I am there to help you if you do need. Get some type of support. If you are in this situation where you think something's going on and you might end up reporting it, one thing to do is to take notes. Take notes on who was there, what was said, what your reaction was, and have dates and times there. This is the type of information that they'll be asking for during your reporting. And to have that there, easy to recall, in writing, can really, really help out any pressure that you have going on in the situation. It takes that pressure off you remembering what needs to be done. All right. So 2 main things. If you're going to report harassment, remember to get some type of support formal or informal, have someone there to help you process what is happening through the situation. And 2, take notes. It will make the process so much easier when you are reporting. It can feel very daunting and intense depending on the situation. So having those notes there will help you recall information. Sometimes after the investigation happens, and if somebody does get fired, asked to leave, written warnings are handed out, then that can influence the workplace dynamic. And if you've gone through this process, there is no shame in finding a new workplace afterwards, no matter what the outcome is if you find that you are uncomfortable at work. This can particularly impact apprentices because you are in a vital learning time where you are relying on other people to share information with you. And if people aren't, then it makes it difficult. So some people have beliefs that they want to be loyal to a workplace and stay at a workplace, but that's not necessarily the case. That if you're not learning, you can move on no matter what the cause is, whether you have reported or the person who's supposed to be training you is just not that good at training you. You are allowed to move workplace. Sometimes if we're in a situation like this, we can feel like our quote-unquote reputation has been damaged, no matter what side or no matter the outcome of the reporting of the harassment. With this, we got to remember that we are human and everyone makes mistakes or finds themselves in situations where they didn't plan on being. Sometimes it feels like the industry is really small and everyone knows everyone, but it's bigger than you think. A lot of people have been in a situation like this, both sides, and all it takes is one yes for people to take you on. After I had my situation, I thought nobody would ever want to employ me again. I ended up finding an amazing employer who helped me build up my confidence, and I cannot be more grateful for that person. And I know that there is that person out there for everyone. So another recap, because I know I recapped and then I added on. Have support if you're going to be reporting harassment. Take notes if you're in a difficult situation where you might think you will end up reporting. And remember that it's okay to move on no matter what the outcome is. Your mental health, well-being, and if you're an apprentice, your learning abilities, even if you're not an apprentice, your ability to learn and grow is, you're always learning and growing as a tradesperson. So if that's getting stopped, remember you can move on. So if you would like any help or support with the process of reporting harassment or moving to a different workplace, you can join my free Facebook community, Tradeswomen Owning Their Power. Or if you'd like one-on-one support, or you're a business wanting to make the workplace better for your tradeswomen and minorities, you can inquire through my website, louiseasaparty.com. And this episode is proudly supported by Jnine, who I mentioned earlier on. So at Jnine, you'll find products that offer relief from your usual menstrual cycle problems or your more severe endometriosis or PCOS symptoms. Along with all the essential products we require when Armflow visits, there are self-care and beauty products to help with other issues that the female hormones like to throw at you. So if you would like 10% off your first purchase, you can use the code Louise10, and I will put the link in the description below. Thank you very much for listening in with me. If you get value out of this, please share it with friends, with family, with someone who you think will benefit from this. And I will talk to you guys next time.